Hi everyone, I'm going to do a card share today. I realized on the weekend that I don't think I've ever done a card share on YouTube. I've put a few cards up on my blog, but I don't even really take photos of most of my cards. So I thought before I give these away or whatever, I would share them just so that I have it for my reference and also just to share it with people. I get some comments and questions about some of the cards that were kind of in the background of one of my recent videos, and so I thought I would share my cards just because I'm not a great card maker, but I've been doing more of it lately, so that's why I haven't been doing as many layouts. So anyways, this is a card. I actually didn't design this one, but this is going to be one of my Christmas cards. I did this at a Stampin' Up! Workshop that I went to, and it's really easy and mass producible, and it's basically just, this is the vintage wallpaper embossing folder, which I love, by Sizzix. It's a Stampin' Up! One. And this is Cherry Cobbler seam binding, which I love. I don't have any seam binding, so I'm going to have to buy some. This is from, like I said, this was from a workshop, so I don't actually have all of these supplies. And then just for the background of the Christmas tree, you just use a piece of red cardstock and you punch it out with this punch. And then the front part of the Christmas tree is this stamp, which I think I've shown before. It's part of the Pennant Parade stamp set, and it has the Christmas tree. And so it's just stamped onto white cardstock in green ink. I think it might be Old Olive, I can't remember. And then this bottom of the tree trunk of the Christmas tree also comes in that same stamp set. So it's really easy and kind of cute, and I like it. And then you just kind of color you can get green little rhinestones, but this is actually a clear one that I colored with a Sharpie marker. So this one is really easy and cheap to make, so I think I will make a lot of these for Christmas this year. And then this is another one that I made, and this is a partial lift. I think I changed it. I can't remember where I found this, so my apologies to whoever made this. What I love about this card is I was actually just kind of playing around with this embossing folder. This is, I don't even remember the name of it. It's the new, it's from Stampin' Up! And it's in their current mini catalog, the holiday one. And what I really love about the Sizzix embossing folders, which I had never had any until recently, is that they really have deep embossing. Like, they have really crisp, deep edges, which is, I think they're deeper than the Cuttlebug ones. Like, my Cuttlebug ones have a bit more soft, subtle kind of look to them, and so this is really kind of different for me, and so I really liked it. So I just went around the edges with, I believe this might be Vintage Photo, or it might be Espresso, early Espresso from Stampin' Up! I can't remember what I used there. And then this is just this punch, this decorative label punch, and then I just cut it in half and put half up here and half down there. And then this is just a square of cardstock, and these two circles are just punched. And then this is from the Pines and Poinsettias stamp set from Stampin' Up! And I just used my markers to color it before I stamped it. So yeah, this is another really easy, I mean, it's kind of more, it's a little bit more interesting than this one, but it's still easy because it's all punched shapes and stuff. So I think I'll make lots of these ones as well. This one is not quite as quick to make as these ones, so this one might be kind of the one that I make for just a few people. The special people will get this one. I always have like a list of people who, you know, just acquaintances who I send Christmas cards to, and then I always try to make like special ones for my close family. And so I really love this one. Firstly, I love cards that have a window in them. Love that. And I love that stamp, the Tidings of Comfort and Joy. It comes from this wordplay stamp set. It's that one right there. From Stampin' Up! And so again, I colored it with my markers and stamped it to get it different colors. And then, yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. You just kind of put two strips of paper. The only thing is that you have to cut all of your punches layer by layer, because the Stampin' Up! Punches anyways, maybe all punches, they only go through one layer of paper at a time. So I started with my base and I put my hole in, and then I did my early espresso matte, and then I just lined it up where the hole was for the green and punched that hole. And then I put, this is from the Holly Berry Designer Series paper, I put that on, and then whoops, and then I punched that. That was like going to about here. And then I put on the red strip of paper, which stuck out into here, and punched that. Put on the crumb cake strip of paper, punched that. And so it's kind of like a lot of steps to make, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I'm probably making it sound more complicated than it really is. But Christina Werner does a really, really good job of showing how to do one of these window cards. And I actually lifted, this is a lift of one of her cards, and I don't remember which one it is, but if you go to her, she's Star of May on YouTube, you'll see a card kind of like this. I just kind of personalized it. And she shows you how to do that. So what I just explained in the other card. So anyways, then for this, what I did was what did I do? I can't remember which one I punched first. Yes, first I punched, I took a piece of red cardstock and I punched this circle, which is the exact same size circle that I had been using all along. And then I went and I punched this out of the same piece, and I just lined it up so that that circle was in the center of this punch before I punched it. So that's how I got that frame. And it just kind of finishes off the, so that it doesn't look so unfinished like this. And I really like that. For a Christmas card, it's nice to be a little bit fancier. So I really, really like how this turned out. You'll notice that I use this ribbon a lot. It's on like the majority of my Christmas cards that have ribbon. That's because I love how it ties. I'm a horrible bow tier, and look, even I can tie a nice bow with this ribbon. This is Stampin' Up! Ribbon. It's actually in their clearance rack right now. So it's super cheap too. So I bought a whole bunch of it. Every time I place an order, I throw another package of it into my order. So those are my 3 Christmas cards that I have so far for this year, and I'm probably gonna make 1 or 2 more. So, and then I also have a couple left from last year. So these were made with the basic gray, and this was also from Christina Werner. This was a lift from her, I don't know if it was from her holiday card series last year. It was just from her YouTube video anyways. So I lifted this from her last year. And I really like how it turned out. This is I had these individual stamps, and so I just made it look like it was a repeating pattern, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But anyways, I really love these cards. I really gravitate towards the burgundies, the dark greens, and the browns at Christmas time. And so this year's cards are kind of almost the same color scheme. But I really, really love these colors. Oh yes, there's one more Christmas card here, which is not from that color scheme. And this is the one that I showed on my Tassimo video, so I won't go into how I made it. It's pretty self-explanatory. These mounds of these snow hills are made with my 3-inch circle punch. This one right here. I really like the Stampin' Up! Punches now that I have a bunch of them, but I'm not going to replace all my other punches. I don't use punches all that often to need to kind of replace them or anything. This is a card I made today. It's it's actually, this is a hostess set that I got for free when I placed an order. That was really big. So I got something free, which is kind of cute, kind of nice. And so yeah, I actually copied this. This is from the catalog, the mini catalog. I just made it a little bit different. So, oops, I'm dropping stuff. So there it is, and this was on a piece of cardstock. This is soft suede cardstock. I have lots of this, and I wanted to use it up, but it's textured, so I used it inside out. I used the less textured side of it. It still comes out, you know, not the clearest sentiment, but I think it looks nice anyways. You can't really tell. And it is a handmade card, so nobody's really expecting it to be perfect or anything. So that's another kind of autumn card that I made. This is a card that I made a while ago. I made it with my mom in mind. It was really plain. It was just kind of like, it was all orange. So it looked just like this. It didn't have the hole and the sentiment in it. And I made this using, which stamp set? I can't find it, but it's something about paisley. Anyways, my room is a mess, so I can't find it, but it came with like, oh, here it is. This stamp set, which I got a year ago or more. It's an old stamp set of mine. And so I stamped it, and then I cut it out with my scissors in 2 different colors, and I just did the tone on tone stamping. So this is, I think, Dusty Durango ink on Dusty Durango paper, and this is Old Olive ink on Old Olive paper. I really love that look of tone on tone. And then this is an old designer series paper from last year from Stampin' Up. And this is a this is a corduroy button in crumb cake. And so it was kind of just like this, and it wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't doing anything for me. And since I made this card, I didn't get a chance to give it to my mom yet for autumn. But it was just going to be a just because card, and I was going to just put like a greeting on the inside. But since then, my mom has had some health problems and she's gotten a little discouraged. So I thought, I'm going to punch this card up a little bit. No pun intended. I actually didn't use a punch on this card because I think she's coming over to visit me tonight. So I used this sentiment from the wordplay set, You're in My Thoughts, You're in My Heart. And I stamped it on vellum, and then I cut out a rectangle from the card and just kind of put my adhesive all around there, and then I lined it up, and then I pressed it down when it was exactly where I wanted it to be, and then I just went around it with some stitch lines. So I think that just kind of adds a little something to this card. It was a little bit boring before. Oops, I just got a text. So I'm going to give this to my mom tonight. This is a card I made a while ago, but then I made another copy. I gave it away, and so I made another one. And this is from the Stampin' Bella. I think this is from Stampin' Bella. Yeah, I'm 90% sure that that's from Stampin' Bella. This was one of my first rubber stamps that I got, was this set here, and I love, love, love it. It's so cool. And I used my Copic markers, which I hadn't used for a while, so I'm not really great at Copic markers, but I'm just kind of playing around with them, having some fun. I tied this funky ribbon around it twice, and I embossed with the Dots and Spots embossing folder, and this is the sentiment that comes with this, and I just put it on a nestability and cut it off there. So yeah, I really like it. And then the bottom, I just trimmed it out with that ribbon. Or sorry, on the inside. Then this is another just really plain and simple holiday, like Thanksgiving or autumn, I guess, type card for that I made at the same time that I made that one. And then this is a card that I made with the, I forget what this designer series paper is called, but with some paper from Stampin' Up. This is another really simple card that you could easily mass produce if you were going to do like invitations or something. It's just kind of really, really simple. So I just kind of wrapped a lot of twine around it, and this is punched with the, let me see, with this punch right here. It's that flower. So that's just another card that I did. It's really simple. And then this is another, I think that this is a lift from Christina Werner. I'm pretty sure most of my card lifts come from her. I don't do many cards on my own. Like, I designed my own, those 2 or 3 Christmas cards this year, but that's about it. Most of my cards are lifts. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is from Make a Card Monday or something like that. And this is all the designer series patterns papers from Stampin' Up. I had just gotten that stack when I made this card, and I was just really enthusiastic to use it, so I picked four colors and made a card with it. And this butterfly is from the Sizzix Embosslet, which I love. You can't tell because it's on pattern paper, so you can't really tell that that butterfly wing is actually embossed. It has this pattern on it. It's really cool. I love this. This thing here, I tell you, this is the best investment I have used this embosslet so many times on scrapbooking layouts and cards, and it's just so simple, and my kids love it too. They're always wanting to add butterflies to their craft, so every time I use it, like if I'm making this butterfly, I'll just take all these out and dump them in my kids' craft area, and they love getting their surprise butterflies, leftovers from my beautiful wings. So anyways, this is really easy. It's just strips of paper and then the same kind of circle punch. But again, you have to punch the background first and then add your strips of paper and punch them second, so that you're only punching one thing at a time. And then the other thing that I've been doing when I flag my sentiments is I use this square to get the little flags. It's really easy and fast, and you don't have to worry about, well, I mean, come on, it's not that hard to make a flag, but it is really quick and easy if you're making a lot of them to do with a square punch. And then I've been kind of just pop dotting the edges of, like the outside edges, so that it kind of has a wavy look to it. And there's another one of those little embosslets, the little mini ones. So it's a pretty basic card. I'm gonna put a liner right there for writing a note or a sentiment. So those are my recent cards that I've been doing. Thank you for watching. I'm not the greatest card maker, but I do enjoy making cards because it's something that you can do where you just kind of come down to your craft room and spend 15 or 20 minutes and you can make a card or two. And so it's kind of nice as opposed to scrapbooking, which usually takes me forever to do a scrapbooking layout, so it is really nice to do cards. And then I've also always got a bunch of cards around. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.